Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come on here today and tell a little story time. So one thing that has happened to me during 2020, which was very unexpected, there we go, was me having to get surgery. So I just want to talk about me getting my gallbladder removed, how that has been, and what you can expect if that's something that you will have to go through. I'm also going to talk about my experience as someone who has sickle cell. So of course that always makes things a little bit more complicated and extra like me. um, so I went to the doctor whenever I would eat like certain foods. Like I luckily didn't have like too much pains. I would just always feel nauseous and sick. And then I went to the doctor and they like did my labs and they were like, "Ooh, yo, bilirubin is high, girl. So we're gonna send you to go see if you need to get your gallbladder removed." I was like, "Oh." Oh, okay. So I went to my gastro surgeon, and she was real cool. Love her. I told her I'm gonna just come up there and see her because she was just chill. Good people. But so she was like, "Oh, tell me about your symptoms. Let's look a couple x-rays." And they told me that I had sludge in my gallbladder. And she said, "Now this is up to you. You don't really have to get this right now. You don't have to get it taken out right now. You can do it farther down the line. But just know, if you wait, it's gonna get worse." So I was already, once they said sludge, I was like, "Get that bitch out. I don't want no type of sludge in me." So let's do it. Let's get it done. So I had to go through like a whole bunch of stuff. Like my surgeon had to work with my sickle cell doctor, and I had to do like a little bit more extra precautions. So I couldn't, before you have surgery, they give you a long list of stuff that you can't do. I had to also get a COVID test before my surgery, which that in itself is a motherfucking, that bitch hurt, okay? I went up, I remember I was driving through and I was like dreading having to get it. But I was driving through, had my mask on. Please wear your mask, no excuses. But I'm driving and she gets there, she comes up to me, she's like, "Hey, okay, so I'm gonna put this cotton swab up your nose." And another thing that pissed me off, let's put a pin in that real quick. I heard that there are other options now for you to get that COVID test. Like they just swab the back of your throat, like Cardi B said, they touch that little dangly thing that's swinging the back of your throat. I heard that they do that now, but yeah, I had to get a motherfucking cotton swab shoved all the way up to the back of my brain. Just a little rant. But she was like, "Make sure that if you want to hold on to something, hold on to your steering wheel and don't grab my arm, because if you do, it's going to be more painful." I was like, "Okay." So she was like, "You ready?" I was like, "Come on, just get over with." So she stuck that thing up my nose, and oh my goodness. She told me it was going to feel like, how like if you dive into a pool and a whole bunch of water get up your nose. They lying. Don't believe that. That was like, how can I explain it? For me, I was crying, a couple tears came down. It felt like an ant, like a pregnant ant was going up my nose. And then when they like twirl it up in there, it felt like that pregnant ant released thousands of babies and they all just going everywhere. And that shit does not feel great. And it like burned a little bit. So like imagine if like that ant was covered in tequila. It was up in your nose or moving around and shit. So yeah, anyway, passed the COVID test. I had to go get my a blood transfusion, which that's always a hassle, I don't like needles like I'm kind of used to it now, but I don't really like needles like that. But that took a while. I was there for like 4 hours just to for them to take half my blood and then give me some new blood. And then I had to go see this extra doctor for the anesthesiologist, which typically like people in like their 60s and up go to apparently, but they just want to make sure that with my sickle cell, the anesthesia didn't like cause me to go into a crisis essentially. But the day of the surgery, so the night before, I had to like stop eating at 11 and I couldn't drink nothing. Luckily, my surgery was early in the day, so I had to be at the hospital at 7 a.m. And then my friend took me there and stayed with me. Thank you, Jeffrey. Love you so much. Which I was also very nervous about having surgery during a pandemic because I'm like, okay, so we going to one of the busiest hospitals in Columbus. And, you know, coronavirus is a thing. I got sickle cell already, so I'm high risk. And I'm gonna be going into this place where people are sick. So, they assured me that, you know, they were taking their precautions and everything was gonna be disinfected. And I said, okay. Now, if I get COVID because of y'all hoes, just know I'm fucking everybody up. But it was fine. So we went there. My friend was with me. I was like having a panic attack. And I had this whole thing. They was talking about they trying to stick a catheter in me. And I was like, oh, no, ma'am. No. No, ma'am. I'll go pee right now. But y'all not sticking no catheter in me, okay? But yeah, we get there. Once again, I see my cool doctor. I told her to take some pictures, which I'll insert them in here. But I wanted her to take pictures of my gallbladder so I could see what the sludge looked like and why did I have sludge and all that. So I go into the surgery room and they're like, well, okay, we could tell you're nervous. You want us to play some music? And I was like, hell yeah. They was like, what you want us to play? And you know, it's actually her birthday today, 9/4. It's 2020, but you know, 8/1. Beyonce, of course. So they was playing some Beyonce and I was feeling it, jamming. And next thing I know, I wake up hours later and my stomach hurt. So luckily I had the laparoscopic version of the surgery. I was an eligible candidate for that, which is great because I know that there's another way with you have like a big ass scar, which I can show y'all my scars too. But so I'm in recovery. They was trying to keep me at the hospital that night, but I was like, no. I was like, once again, coronavirus, I don't want it. I might as well just go back and I have people watching me, so I'm gonna do that. So my friend picked me up, take me home, and they like, oh, you can't eat nothing really. You have to like calm down. So when I was still at the hospital, they gave me a plain ass turkey sandwich with turkey and 2 pieces of bread. I was like, damn, can I get some mayonnaise or something? Y'all just gonna give me a dry ass sandwich? But when I got home, that's when, you know, that pain really started to kick in. Let me go ahead and show y'all my little scars that I have. So you can't really tell. I got one right here, one right there, one right there, and then I have one in my belly button. So apparently those will go away over time, which I'm like, fingers crossed. I mean, I don't mind. It's not that big of a scar. It could be worse. But long story short, recovery was cool. I was thankful for the people who are watching me because they did a really good job taking care of me. Now, you know, I'm a little extra, so whenever I needed something, I would go on YouTube and play a little bell sound. Like a ding-a-ding-a-ling. So they knew that I needed some assistance, but they know I was just playing. I just love giving them a hard time. Now, let's talk about eating stuff after. Now, this is going to be very TMI, so I apologize for what y'all about to hear, but, you know, this is an honest review, and I just want y'all to be ready, okay, because I was not. So maybe like a week and a half after my surgery, I was like, I think I'm good enough now to eat, somewhat of a fattier food. So first, I went and got me some chips and guac, because that's like one of my favorite snacks. And guac or avocados are like a healthy fat for you. And then maybe like an hour and a half later, I went and got some pho, which that's my shit right there. Pho, I get that bitch maybe once a week, if not more. Like, I eat there so much. As soon as my car pull up, they already got my drink there. They already put in my order. Like, I go there a lot. Those are some, but I went there, ate there. It was cute. Maybe like another hour or two go by. When I tell y'all, my stomach was cutting up. I was like, oh, what is going on? Like, it was like bad cramps. And I was like, I could only imagine. I was like, if this is anything close to what women go through every month with their periods, I feel so sorry. And I'm like, I just pray for y'all, okay? But yeah, so I like had to go to the bathroom or whatever, and not a side effect. What is it called? What is it called? Shit. Basically, after your surgery, you're gonna have diarrhea. Okay, I'll just say it. And so like, I'm not gonna go too into detail, but I was sitting on that toilet for maybe like 30 minutes. So be prepared to be in the bathroom for a much longer time. So try to stay away from real fatty foods. Don't be trying to fight with your body, because your body will win. You might enjoy it, but your body's gonna fuck you up. But yeah, so I would suggest, if you do have to end up getting the surgery, make sure that you take care of yourself. Make sure you eat nice foods, good foods for you, lots of fruits and vegetables. Over time, I've been told that I'll be able to eat fattier foods. Just try not to eat too much of it, of course. Like the other day I had pho, and I like, she was a little gurgle, but after that it was fine. So, but yeah, so that's what, and get y'all some of those, if y'all don't already, get y'all one of those wet wipes, disposable wet wipes that you can flush down the toilet. Get you some of those. Okay, don't say I never taught y'all nothing. But I'll include the photos because don't look at it if if you squirmy, is like, don't look at it if you can't handle stuff like that. But I just want to show y'all the real, I want to give y'all all information. So yeah, that's my, gallbladder experience. There's a lot of times that I say I want my fucking gallbladder back. Like, I was like, is there like, a gallbladder donation center that I can go to get a better one? Because sometimes I just be, craving those foods. Those real fatty foods. So, but it's okay. Ultimately, I feel better. I don't really have too many issues anymore. So make sure that you find a good doctor and you have questions ready. Do a lot of research beforehand before you decide to make this life-changing experience. Because let me tell you, me being 22 years old and I can't eat half the shit that I can't eat no more, it's an adjustment. So just be prepared. That's all I'm, gonna say. But thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe to this channel to see some more story times, reviews, some new things that I have coming my way. And make sure you also follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be starting a new segment on there. I'm basically doing a virtual podcast on Instagram until Corona is over, so that I can have, an actual podcast when I sit down with people face to face and stuff like that. So my Instagram is @CJHOLMAN_. And I'll also put it in the comments or the description box below. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.